I thought you would. Okay.
It's been recorded.
No, Malik.
Oh shit, my bad.
That's copyright infringement to you, the UMG group, and now we are flagged. Let's play our theme music. We'll just play ours. You haven't been here since we just redone the whole thing. We don't play the whole thing no more. It's simple.
Get ready.
Not with the hype.
You hear my DJ shit.
Really good press. Oh, really?
I think I'm really good.
You're actually,
but UMG,
you're adequate.
all
You're
that-
adequate.
You're adequate.
Don't act like you can. I basically did it because I basically did it because I just didn't want to confuse our guests when they're here. You know, like it's an awkward thing if you show up and then you don't know what to expect, and then all of a sudden I'm doing like a whole set and you're like, so do I talk? do I say anything? Like, where do I jump?
Freestyle?
What do I do?
I'm freestyling.
I mean, we've had people do that. You can if you want.
I will
On
not.
the outro.
I ain't about that life. I suck at rap.
I'll give you a shot of something that's unmentionable.
Listen, as a black man from the suburbs, I cannot get into rap. I can't do it. I won't even know I'm bad till I go to my first show and it's all white people.
I was about to say, you only do the freestyle unless you're at a white party in the suburbs. That's just how we all did it.
Man them. It's not with a hype thing. A war.
I'm big in Richmond Hill.
Wagwan is to go.
The world
What's up? And of course, it's me.
Shop like Shaq.
No way shoots on your head top, and then.
Oh yeah, we gotta play.
Wow.
Do I still have it? And I love to say
think-
that, and
yeah.
knowing that I still do, and we got Brandon over here.
Of course.
Brampton's finest.
Yes. Glad to be back, man. Honestly, honor for sure.
Malik is in the building. I'm still working on the drop. I swear to God.
Bro. It's the look that he gives you every time. I love it.
You know what? Your drop should have been Malik's in the building.
Damn, nigga.
That works.
Yeah,
That works.
checks
Yeah.
out.
That does work.
Kadeem's in the building. My other younger brother. Yep.
It's him in the basketball court. That's gonna be in the basketball court.
And we got Coco in the building.
Let's go. God is real. Praise
A voice note when the Raptors won the NBA championship, and Brandon sent that to me. I kept that forever. And we got a special guest that's back in the flesh this time. We did this virtual, so it was definitely not as fun. When it's virtual, I really don't enjoy it. I swear to God. When was the last virtual pod we did? Can't remember. We
outside or inside.
Yes, we're inside together.
Of course.
We have Once Upon an Athlete. Ooh. Both sports, basketball and soccer.
Okay, you said both sports.
Well, because football fucking is slavery. We know that. We know that already.
Chris is rock. Shut up.
You fucked up. Yeah, Chris is rock. We got comedian. We've got host of the Great Canadian Baking Show.
Yep.
Hey,
Two seasons.
hey, good shit.
2 seasons. 2 seasons.
3. Going to our 4th right now.
Wow.
3 seasons on the 4. I thought it was 2 on the 3rd.
Wow.
3 on the 4. We got Alan Chambers. Welcome to the pod in real life.
Thank you for having me.
IRL is different.
I'm different. Yeah.
Cozier.
Yeah. Back when it's like over Zoom and not wearing pants, no wearing socks.
I'm glad you're wearing pants.
Well, I'm curious. Were you wearing pants during our podcast?
Of course.
How have you been in, I guess, since the past year or so since we've seen you?
I've been okay. Just been trying to find things to keep busy, pretty much. With the show just kind of shoots in the summertime, so we pretty much have the rest of the year to myself. So try to, idle hands, I don't like that. So try to keep working, try to do something, try to play, Twitch or something like that, get the video games going, something,
You were serious with the gaming. I remember right after we potted, I ended up on like a Discord, and I was new to everything. Wow. I was on something. Was it Discord?
I still don't understand Discord.
All the kids use it these days. Every kid uses it.
All the kids.
I don't get it.
There's too much going on. There's like 50 knobs and valves, and you gotta like click this to like send direct message this. I'm like, just text me, man.
It was like me, you, and a couple of your homies, and we were all playing on different shit. Some Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And it was the most serious, not serious gaming that I've ever had done. So I can only imagine what you've been doing with your idle time.
Yeah. Oh, I stopped. I try to do Twitch at least once a week, but I kind of fell off from it. But now I'm just like, I realize this like a whole epiphany where I'm just like, I can just game for myself. So I've been playing a lot of like, I don't have to have an audience at all times.
Nobody needs to watch you play.
I can just fucking enjoy God of War, The Last of Us.
But you know, the funny thing about that you brought both of those games up, especially too, like, I love playing those games with somebody watching me. So I get it. I get the feeling. Like, player 2, Malik in the background, he's always been the person that I would be the one with the sticks. Malik's in the back like, what's next? Where are we going? And when things get too scary, especially on them Last of Us type games, I'm like, ooh, yo, you want to play? And when you get too far, they be like, no. It's too complicated to jump in. So I completely get the feeling.
I've not played yet.
Yeah. Have you ever played? You haven't played any of those games. Yeah.
Yo, if you guys record this, you should play this game called Phasmophobia. Play it in VR.
Whoa.
And get the surround sound with headphones on.
We're talking about like an Oculus game?
Yeah. So basically, there's the like fucking, you go through like a ghost house or whatever, and they're like whispering in your ears and shit. And you have to like flashlight goes out.
Someone's getting knocked out, bro.
Trust me. Someone's getting hit.
I've heard of that game.
Yeah. Play that. I took the VR for a little bit. I was like, this is a little too real. I'm like, let me take a little break. Let me pause and take a little minute.
Honestly,
and then go back.
the only VR that I played was when we were in LA with one of Coco's roommates. He had the Oculus, and I played. It was like a Star Wars game.
Lightsaber,
the lightsaber thing.
Yeah, I started with like, we were on a plane. You're doing all this shit, and all of a sudden you end up getting a lightsaber. I'm like, oh, this is lit. And then all of a sudden it's me versus Darth Vader, who I look face to face is like 8 feet tall.
Jesus.
That shit was scary.
Yeah, trust me.
VR is not a joke.
Have you done VR with the Marvel superheroes? I did it with when you were with Iron Man.
Oh, I did that. I did that at the Rec Room.
Oh, the Rec Room. I did it at the Rec Room as well too.
I did that one, and I did
Elite.
Yeah, that one's crazy. I did the what's the one with The Rock and Kevin Hart?
Jumanji goes crazy too.
I did Jumanji.
Yeah, that goes crazy.
I did Jumanji.
That's Kevin Hart was fucking small as shit.
Yeah. and it's so realistic. You're looking at your friends.
Yeah.
And like, you're either The Rock or you're Kevin Hart, and you're just looking at each other as either a beast or a tiny person. And it's crazy.
Such a great experience.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exact premise. Yeah.
That's
crazy.
I just recently did a show in the metaverse.
Whoa.
My friend has a comedy club called the Unknown Comedy Club. Free promo.
Is it in the metaverse?
It's in Horizons world, wherever it is. And they have like their own room, and there's like a backstage area. There's a whole audience. I go out on stage, and there's like 50 people in the audience, just like, I don't know, avatars from just here, and you can hear them laughing at you. And I'm like, this is fucking weird. This is fucking weird. I like it, but this is fucking weird. Like,
That is crazy.
Yo, you sound like you're living in Black Mirror, and I'm
honestly,
that's crazy.
you could just walk around. People are like in the balcony everywhere, and like you hear them like put their hands up, and they can do like confetti with their hands and shit like that.
Can you like
The LeBron?
The LeBron celebration with the
That's great. That's
tip
hilarious.
throws coins?
Picking them up. Bitcoin, baby. It's worth something. It's not worth a lot, but it's worth something.
I'm minding. That's amazing.
NFTs flying everywhere.
But where we most recently saw you was my high school basketball alumni game, which was the Johnny Gale Memorial first annual St. Teresa. Is that the whole?
That's a long title.
That's
a long title.
Yeah, fuck St. Teresa. They didn't promote it. Who cares?
Yeah.
My basketball alumni high school game, the Johnny Gale Memorial alumni game.
Beautiful.
You hosted that with one of my friends. Also went to the same high school, Mark Anthony, my best man. And then the homies over here saw what happened.
Snapping of Achilles.
Oh my god.
You guys talk about it, and I'm just not gonna say shit. How did you guys enjoy said game?
Yo, I can't even lie. Like walking in and seeing the setup, I was like, "This is legit." Because I've seen people do like alumni games and like charity events and whatever, but like this felt different, bro. Like walking in, I know it was a high school gym, but it didn't feel like that. It felt like we were at like
an arena,
a real
event.
arena, whatever. And just like walking in, the vendor setup, just the sound setup, announcers. Shout out to you, Mark, and I forget
Remember sports day?
Who's
Kenny? I want to say.
shout out to the third dude.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Kenny, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. But it was just a sick atmosphere. And I was like, okay, these guys are taking this serious. So walking in and seeing everyone do the layup lines, I'm like, yo, this is about to be.
I wanted to play so bad.
Yeah,
You got on the court for a second.
I got to try. Yeah, halftime.
Immediately was on the court. What are you talking about?
No, I need a ball. Oh, but it was fire to watch that, bro. It was hilarious though. I'll let you talk about the moments because that was hilarious.
We'll talk about that too. But I would say, firstly, it was better than the NBA All-Star game.
Oh, 100%.
And it was right after. No, for real, it was more entertainment value.
More entertaining.
When it comes to the commentators, when it comes to everything there, the man with small feet, it was amazing. It was incredible. No, but honestly, when I got into the gym, I just immediately said, "There's no way these mans all went to the same high school."
Word.
And then I confirmed with you, everyone went to that high school.
What was it about them?
I'm just. That's a great question,
Bro, it was like.
What we talked about it too,
Was it
right?
the diversity?
It was
The diversity. I guess it's Richmond Hill.
Yo, it was like all the black dudes on one side, and then you got like all the white guys on one side. It seemed like, and then there's like a couple Asian dudes sprinkled in. I was like,
I'm like, what is this?
and then it looked like some dudes were like, I don't know. Some guys look 40, some guys look 20. I was like, what is going on, bro?
It is not.
And I'm telling you, like the age gap wasn't big. Like the oldest person that was on anybody's team, who was actually on the other team,
Yeah.
Lucas. No, I'm not gonna even call him out like that. I
Don't
did.
do that. You just did. Lucas cast the smoke. Lucas is old as hell. You old as hell, Lucas.
Well, realistically, it's Lucas, Kamar, and Paul. So there's three of them. They're 3 years older than
It's like 87 and 99.
87 to 99.
99. Wow.
Yeah.
99?
Yeah.
Oh, you're 97.
Younger than we're here.
Yeah.
They're younger from.
The mechanic.
No,
Mechanic.
shut up, the mechanic. I thought he was 40, bro.
Like, give it to the mechanic.
I didn't
Shoot the mechanic.
We gotta quit his job at that garage, man, because that aging him. Goddamn.
That carbon monoxide.
Ain't good for the skin.
But I thought what was crazy about the game was I did not have a good time playing, but I know the game was very competitive. I was very embarrassed, but I was very happy about the game.
It got heated, bro. It got heated. Like,
It got serious. I
It
didn't
got
even know
real
the coaches
serious.
were going at it like that you guys were pointing out.
Yeah.
The best part was where me and Mark were just kept like reminding them, this is a charity basketball game.
Did man get tossed?
Woods got tossed.
No, but if you understood Mike Woods, man, that was on brand, and Johnny Gale was dying of laughter. And I'm telling you, I said it as soon as it happened. I'm like, yo, this is perfect. Johnny.
Even the refs, everybody was doing their role.
Mark always made a comment about Ingram, this t-shirt. I'm like, I know exactly. I don't know if we're bringing this up.
You brought it there, so
Yeah, you brought up.
No, the commentary was
about
just-
that guy, but it was a crazy, amazing event. I don't know.
I thought it was gonna be like a 1 p.m. It feels like a 1 p.m. activity.
yeah.
But it was still fun though. I really enjoyed it, and got to kind of do something to kind of show.
I thought I was gonna be like, I thought I'd have my evening.
I literally woke up that day. I was like, all right, what time do I get ready? And it's like 7 o'clock. And I was like, I should have looked at this earlier. Gotta take a nap before this thing happens.
No, it's because everybody wanted to go for drinks after. That's why.
We got 4 p.m. Who said
Yeah, it's true.
It's a weekend.
You know,
Yeah, it's weekend.
You know what? Considering our Mr. Stewart, I'm trying to be nice about saying he's older, but I would have imagined that he would have liked to have done it sooner. But
That's all good.
he lets turn
Next
up
year.
like us.
Next year.
Beautiful
Turn up
event.
like us.
Beautiful events.
Good it is.
Regular old demon time.
Getting day drunk and take a sleep at 9.
I mean, that sounds beautiful to me.
It's beautiful.
Like we were just complaining about the Raptors game being at 10:30, and that's like
Right.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
that's late.
those late games.
I mean, it's good for us because we can catch it right after the pod. But normal people.
We were talking about I mean, my gameplay. I hated
I was
it.
just about to say.
It was bad.
If you
Your
got
jab
to
set
give
took
yourself
3
a 2K
seconds.
rating, what would it be?
Like a 2K. Oh
What
my
was your
god.
2K rating?
It wasn't that
Well,
bad.
it wasn't as bad as you thought.
Bad.
But you did get blocked on a fast break, and you had like many steps.
That block.
That was
that block.
me
Okay,
and Pat-
okay. Let me be honest. First off, my own. I don't know. Maybe it's because I expected way more from myself. My 2K rating, I'm saying, is like 66. But that fast break block, when it happened, I was more mad because I'm like, there's no way it looks as crazy as it looked.
It looked crazy.
yeah,
It looked crazy. And like Dwight Howard back in his prime.
You learned it.
And then
There was like a flip you did did.
It was the way you fell. Yeah, you fell.
Yeah, I thought you got hurt. I thought you
You
got
fell, and I
hurt.
was like, told something this guy tore his Achilles, or like got injured or something. I was okay.
No.
I'm sorry I did that. Honestly, there are so many other ways I was playing that out,
We
but
look at each other,
I
we're
just
like,
wanted
what?
to put it up as quickly as possible, but I also thought nobody was behind me.
You should have done the pump.
Slow
you
down. You
slowed
slowed down.
Because I thought
Got it
people were just
easy,
like,
easy.
yo, it's an alumni game.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it was a close game.
I
He was
guess.
trying to take away your soul. That's what he was trying to do.
I forgot Kareem was coming for heads because he was already having a good game. That was the problem.
Yeah, I say shout out to Jordan Malo because we tore our Achilles at the same time last year, and he was balling. So shout out to Jordan Malo. Yeah, he played really well. Yeah.
You got MVP, right?
Yeah, you got one. Yeah. And you played well too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had shots like that.
Yeah,
Bro.
it's going up. You just didn't throw it.
I've
at the
I've
end.
never seen you play before. So
You said a logo shot. Wasn't that what we were going to talk about?
Yeah,
You didn't
yeah,
get that.
yeah. We didn't get
He's a
it.
high shooter though.
And that guy that looks like
Say
Killy.
Mark had your back though.
Yeah.
Mark came up to me after the game and he was like, "I promise you, Shaq is good at basketball." Like, are you sure? Like, he's terrible. I've never seen him miss that many threes. I've never seen him miss a three.
See, that's the thing. Like, we were just talking about it. Like, when we look at like Charles Barkley and all these like round legends, and even like your neighborhood
round
OGs that talk that talk about who they used to be and how basketball should be played and all that stuff. I'm starting to see the other side and say, listen to your OGs.
Yo, they know.
They were him at one point.
Yeah.
He was him.
Yeah.
I will say like how age is kind of catching up. Like I did to throw myself out there too as far as embarrassing things. I went to a Raptors game and they asked me to shoot some shots and I took.
Oh my god, I was there.
I did so many
And I showed
shots.
you saw the video after.
Yeah, I didn't want to look at it. I missed a layup. I had like 4 beers and I was like, I gotta sober up. I go out there, I didn't take my chain off, didn't take my jacket off. I'm like, I'm fine, I got it. It's muscle memory. It's all in there.
Gotta take the jacket off.
I look too good in it. I was like, nah, man.
Were you wearing a hat?
I was wearing hat backwards. I don't wear play hat backwards on the ball.
I mean, at least backwards. You can't wear the.
You can't wear with the
forwards.
brim.
Yeah, no. But I didn't realize how bad my shot was, and I like after that moment, I felt so bad that I started taking out on this like men's league that I'm in now, and I'm just fucking these guys up. Every week, I'm like, this is for that shot I missed.
And what's so funny is that I was watching that game from this lounge that I was at because I just so happened to be there at the same time. And I'm like, is that Alan? And then at that point, everybody that I was talking to in the room, including my wife who watches your show, I'm like, he can also hoop. Look, he's gonna hit these. You know? And if you look, I'm sure if you heard what I was saying, he's gonna hit the next one. It was just like,
I was like, yo, can I dunk it? They're like, don't dunk it. I'm like, I'm gonna dunk it. And I'm like, oh, I can't even get up there right now.
That would have been worse.
Shaq,
Through my whole body.
Shaq, you're like, Coco, I promise he's good at basketball.
He's nice.
Yo, y'all just gotta set
funny,
the bar
that's-
low, man.
Who
That's
would've
what I
thought?
do. I just
Not
tell
me.
myself, like, I never played ball, so like don't expect nothing. When I go
Bad
play.
ball.
Is this good? A 3-pointer? I don't know. Is
Yeah,
this
right. This is it.
this is a 3-quarter. I didn't know.
Just set the bar low. Just set the bar low. and you're good.
Whoops, I guess.
I want to take our conversation from the basketball court to the comedy stage. Why do you want to go to the streets? What's going on
You're
there?
staying with job, but it's fine. We can come back to it.
Oh, true. Yeah, we can go back to it. I
Balls
want to go to
past
the
that.
comedy stage because we have a subject matter expert amongst us. So, Kevin Hart, or I wish it was. I wish it was.
There was a lot of Kevin Hart.
Chris Rock came out with. He had I guess it was the first time that Netflix has ever done like a live event, which was cool. That's
liked
cool.
it, yeah.
I didn't watch it live. Did any of you guys catch it?
I watched it live.
Yeah, beginning and then I had to like take a FaceTime, but it was fun at the beginning because like you're just tweeting with everybody.
Exactly.
Watching.
The
So
live
how
tweeting.
how did it appear when you guys went to the interface? Was it just like right there for you to click?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was right there, ready to go. Just like you would watch anything else, and it just said like streaming live or like live now or something like that. Yeah.
So I know we were all waiting to hear this guy talk about Will Smith. That's great. But I think we also haven't heard Chris Rock stand up in a very long time.
Yeah.
And he's a legend. And he's done what he has done. And we're like, give me some more. It's been some time. You have some things to talk about between Will Smith, your divorce, the world. There's so much things that have happened since you've last been on the stage. I'm going to give my opinion so far. What I told people was I feel like he shot 50% from the field, and that's great if you're playing basketball. Not necessarily comedy. There was a lot of let me go and do the dishes. Let me go and take a washroom break. Yeah. Let me look at my phone while this was going on, because there's a lot of things I felt like taking breaks on. Yeah. I felt like some of the jokes were a little bit lazy as far as they go, like with how punchy they were. I like he was trying to occupy what seemed to be like a Dave Chappelle space without the depth and the truth behind what he was saying, and a nugget at the end of it all. This guy literally ended the whole set by throwing his mic on the ground saying, "Don't fight in front of white people."
Super corny.
You know what I mean?
Respectability politics.
It was rough, man. It was rough. So watching it live and like you said, live tweeting, going on Twitter, going on social media, and seeing other people's reactions too was amazing. It's been a while since there's been something.
You just wanted a moment.
To do that, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, like I'm watching this with my wife. We're sitting there on the couch. I'm like, shoot, UFC's on. This is on. All right. A bunch of times I was like, I'm gonna flip back to UFC because I was bored. Like this was not. It did not start off funny. Chris Rock, I was like, he seemed nervous to me, or just the energy was off with him, you know. And maybe he's not used to taping and stuff live. Maybe that's never happened before, whatever. But it just seemed like the energy was off. The jokes weren't landing. He messed up a joke, like a major punchline.
He messed up the big joke.
That's a big joke when you go,
when you go live, right? And I just felt like it felt more like a TED Talk to me than like a comedy special.
It was a TED screen.
Exactly. And like very repetitive. Like, and I don't know if that's his style. I don't watch or listen to a lot of Chris Rock comedy specials, but he was repeating himself a lot.
Well, that's his thing.
That's his
he walks away from something and he repeats it again to be like, this joke is part of that, and it's like this kind of continuation nugget. He's like, people be shot, like, women be shot, but women be shot.
Right. That's true. Yeah. But to your point, though, I agree with you on the whole Dave Chappelle thing. This felt more like a Dave Chappelle type of comedy special versus what I thought I would get out of Chris Rock.
And then I felt like he was trying to compare it. Like, he was trying to make us compare him to Dave Chappelle in the way that he was doing it. And then he was like, when he was doing the dark-skinned nigga example.
Yeah.
Don't use Draymond Green again, because we all know who did recently.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. As soon as he said it, I'm like, this is a Dave Chappelle joke. Yeah. Not really the Dave Chappelle joke, but you could use, there's a lot of dark-skinned niggas in the world.
Yeah.
But it's like, why are we doing that anyways?
Yeah, we don't even have
why are we doing that?
Yeah, exactly.
And I also didn't like how he came out and was like, I'm going to just do this whole set and I'm not going to get in trouble for it. It's nobody's going to be offended.
Yeah.
I'm like, this already seems like it's going to be weak.
Yeah.
I felt like his last special was way better.
Tambourine?
Yeah, Tambourine was
Tambourine.
exceptionally way better.
Well, one thing, like, this is live. This is not a collage of like 3 different nights recording in different places. So you're not getting the best version of every bit. You're getting the live version. You're getting like, you paid tickets to go see it, you know. And so it definitely changed the energy of everything. Like, you know, like, hey, he fucked up that joke, and he didn't have that same build, so the pop wasn't that good at the end of it. But yeah, it was. To be honest, this was lazy. This was a bad special. This is worst one. Kill the Messenger and like Bigger and Blacker, I think were a lot better.
Absolutely.
And Tambourine was great because it felt like he progressed with the time and had a conversation about where he was in position to it. This one kind of felt like Gen Xer, just like another thing. Okay. Well, if you're gonna do that, well then explain yourself contextually and then kind of bring it all home together. And I think he missed the mark on that. But yeah, it was fine, and I wanted more.
Yeah.
Not for like the first live Netflix. Sorry to cut you off. That's all I was thinking. I was like, this is supposed to be a big thing for both Netflix and him.
But I mean, it was. Everyone was talking about it. We're talking about it now. So it did what it needed to do from like a marketing publicity.
We're going to talk about it because it's Chris Rock.
Yeah. It's a success by all metrics.
Yeah. Metrics, yes.
It is a success.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his best. But I think it kind of happens, especially with like older comedians and comedians who have like gotten fame, because once you become so talented as a comedian, you kind of alienate yourself from society, and you need to be able to see an objective truth within society.
Tap in, yeah.
And if when you get older and get better, you start to get audiences that like you. And as soon as you go on there and say whatever, they laugh immediately. When I go on stage, people don't know who the fuck I am. I have a minute to 2 minutes to make them like me, to trust me for every single bit, and I have to readjust every single show. He doesn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And it's this thing that Bane says, victory has defeated you. And I think that happens a lot with rappers, happens a lot with comedians, and it's just like kind of a thing that kind of, stops them from being great. Because like, why not? If you build the audience, you perform to the audience, you don't necessarily have to work that hard. Chill.
I just felt like you said, it was like, or I don't know if somebody said lazy.
Yeah.
It did feel lazy because
I said lazy.
you also said lazy, and I'm gonna say this in reference to like how he was oversimplifying certain situations, like the like Meghan Markle, for example. It was an extreme. Like I get
Yeah.
That was the oldest I've ever seen Chris Rock complain about Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
Like, that special came out so long. That's my mom would want to talk about that.
Right.
Why do you want to talk about
watch. Exactly. Watch. Like, watch.
It was just like he was oversimplifying, putting words in people's mouths, going to even like the Will Smith part.
Yeah.
He was talking about everybody calling him a bitch, but I don't even recall anybody really calling him.
I don't.
I recall people.
I thought no one did, but he was just saying that to call him a bitch.
Well, then just call him a bitch.
But he's a bitch.
Yeah, just call him a bitch.
So nobody would have been mad.
Yeah.
Chris Rock
Rock's
would have said, that nigga's a bitch.
But
We all would have laughed and been like, yeah, that nigga was a bitch.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying it by doing that 5 times in a row. And everyone's saying he's a bitch. And he's a bitch. I'm like, oh, okay.
A lot for sure.
Yeah.
Nah, it was trash. I just didn't like the way like the whole attacking Jada thing too. Like it just felt. I felt really uncomfortable watching them. Like, bro, why? Like,
Not for black women.
it was just
corny.
I don't know, man. To me, that sitting there with my wife watching this, I'm like, nah. I just felt weird sitting there with this man attacking this black woman, like black man attacking a black woman like that, and just calling her bitch and calling her this, and like, nah, man, this isn't landing. And it just wasn't funny.
Two
like,
of
if
those
it's funny,
things,
whatever. But
you can't have him do that. Like where you're gonna attack a black woman like that again.
Again.
Yeah.
He does that. It's corny.
And then you're gonna end your whole special by saying, "Don't fight in front of white people." You're like, what?
Come on.
This is weird. This is weird.
Yeah.
This is weird.
The math isn't mathing.
exactly. It was so
When he
weird.
got off the stage, it was like,
I just did that.
I would love to.
Netflix.
One joke he fucked up.
Yeah.
And he even said, I fucked that up.
Well, because
fuck that up.
he was bringing
It's
up.
because you were emotional. And you were talking out of your asshole.
Exactly.
So that might have been
Charged
the
up.
only part of the set that wasn't overly calculated to make sure he wasn't canceled or in trouble or lost to some sort of sponsorship or whatever.
Yeah.
Netflix is like, never again with this nigga.
Call Dave.
Call Dave.
Give Dave another 5 It was interesting though. Before this, so they had a pre-show with like all these different comedians and celebrities, kind of hyping up Chris and talking about how they met Chris, and then there was an after show.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch the after show, but I heard about it, and it seemed like they were trying to, I don't know, make apologies for him messing up the joke and like, you know, the raw emotion. They're like, well, you know, we talked to Chris like right after it happened and
It's a fucking professional, bro.
yeah. It's like, come on, don't
You're
make
a
excuses
professional.
for the guy. Like, just own it, you know. But I don't know the format. If we talk about live specials, I would like to see another one personally. Just give me like Dave Chappelle. Or
I
give
want
me,
somebody
like,
else.
Even Kevin Hart.
I
I'd love
don't-
to see like just another comedian do it.
Don't want
I
old
saw-
comedians. I don't want.
Yeah.
I want hungry young comedians.
You want to do it?
Absolutely.
I
I
got
want no, not even me. I want it to like Michael Che or something.
Michael
Michael Che.
I want to
Magic
see
Schultz.
someone who's just like, okay,
Right,
yeah.
right. Like I went to the Kevin Hart special that was in Toronto not too long ago. And the Plastic Cup Boys. I'm like, it's someone that he goes with me.
Yeah.
No, literally this year.
This is last.
This is I think it was this year at the ACC. I'm like, Kevin Hart was really lazy too, but it was good. But it was a lot better than Chris Rock because everything's gonna be better than Chris Rock. But the Plastic Cup Boys and the younger guys are like really hungry.
funny.
Kevin
They're
Hart,
funny, yeah.
Kevin Hart can do a lot of things because I don't particularly find his material all that funny, but he is an animated, hilarious, comedic presence on stage, and that can always transcend and keep going. So you can, like even if the material isn't all that great,
Right.
which I think is the opposite. I think Chris Rock is like, oh, he's really good for writing, and he does like he takes meticulous notes after every single show and he puts it together and he puts like this really nice thing. But his energy was off, and then the writing was off. So I'm like, oh well.
Well,
What do we do now?
Just for money now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it was
also
November.
felt like when you're just noticing all these holes, you start poking everything else, poking at everything else. So his voice just fucking bothered the fuck out of me.
Yeah, it was too much. It was too
Chris
much.
Rock always just talking like this for like an hour long.
That's Eddie
Not
Murphy,
funny.
Shrek.
Not at all.
Honestly,
Yeah, that's
he
Donkey
sounds like
from Shrek.
Donkey. He sounds like Donkey.
I've never seen that
What's the
animated.
little Jewish man? Rest in peace. I think he.
Oh, you're talking like that guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never seen
Yeah,
this
you gotta tell me different.
Y'all gotta do it. Y'all gotta do it. You gotta do Gilbert Gottfried. You gotta give me one. Give me one.
Everybody's gotta do it
You
better.
gotta do one. You gotta do one.
Everybody do it.
Come on,
Come on, wait, say, nigga.
Chris Rock said I can say nigga. He said I can say
Wait, what animated character you like?
Iago.
I'm MMA Shaq. I'm dying.
Iago and what?
The parrot. Remember Iago? Iago? Is that his
Iago.
name? Was that his name?
Zazu.
Zazu.
No, Zazu's from Lion King.
Zazu's from Lion King.
Wait, who are you talking about?
He's from
No,
Aladdin.
he was somebody else.
He's in Aladdin. The parrot in Aladdin.
Oh yeah.
Iago.
Wow, I'm so old I forgot the name.
Damn, nostalgic.
Damn.
I just remembered that he did a voice.
Yeah.
A really annoying voice.
That looks like Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus on the stage. Okay.
Uncle Roger?
Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus.
Uncle Ruckus.
Oh, you just gotta put some bass
Yeah,
into it.
bass
It comes
into
Uncle
it.
Ruckus.
I don't even want
Uncle
Literally, it's a
Roger
little bit more
is
tone.
the guy who we pay all our bills to.
That's damn.
I gotta pay Uncle Roger $200 every month.
Ted Rogers, fuck that guy. Rest in peace.
You're like, fuck that guy tomorrow. Here's $150.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go back to what you thought we were going to talk about earlier. John Morant on the basketball court, and I love John Morant.
Yeah.
I know you know. You want to touch this?
Which one is it?
That one.
Nice.
We love John Morant here.
Love him. He's
That
great.
was
Josh sick,
was that the game that you were shooting at? Because I think I was there.
No, yeah.
No,
I was there at that game too.
It was after. It was
Yeah,
after.
no.
We were at that
I
game.
did go to the Grizzlies game. That was a good one.
I was there.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
We were there. We were there. I was there.
That's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
there. Yeah.
I mean, oh yeah, I
I
was
was
there
there.
with you.
I was there with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good time. We're getting slapped.
Yeah, we got
And then we got smashed.
Yeah,
got
smashed. Oh, we got very
We
smashed.
love John Morant,
Yeah.
and he's a young player. Nobody had any expectations. We all love those types of players that come out of the blue, basically. Like, not really recruited, then goes to Memphis. Or, sorry, is that the school he went to?
No, he went to. He went
What was the name
to.
of the school? It was
Oh my
like a
gosh.
small,
I can't remember the
it was
school.
The small Murray State.
Moorhead.
Murray State. Murray State. Murray State.
Murray State, sorry.
State, yeah.
So it was a small school. Gets drafted number 2.
Beastin'.
Starts like being the man in Memphis, changing the culture. They all doing the gritty,
Gritty, yeah.
gritty.
Sponsored by
I
NBA.
heard.
What?
I saw Michael Jackson did it first. Apparently.
That is true.
The reverse
That's a
gritty.
hot take. Holy
Reverse
shit.
gritty?
That's a hot take.
I saw Michael Jackson do a little of this. I saw him do this. And I was like, yo.
More than a little of it.
He did a lot of gritty though.
Damn. Got everything from Michael.
Anyways.
God damn.
Zion's point guard in AU.
That's true.
Yo, imagine
Imagine
playing
him on
against
same team.
Zion and Ja.
Yeah, Ja.
Who are you
done.
gonna get dunked on by first?
Hey, listen.
They played these Mitchell Wiggins and Andrew, or no, and Nick Wiggins.
Yeah,
that was too much.
It's funny. Oh, were you on Thornley, Malcolm Ramsey's 50?
Yeah, we beat them. We beat. Oh, we
No,
beat
but
them.
I saw.
beat them.
I saw you guys.
Early in season.
Was it early season? Because I saw the playoff matchup.
Oh, playoff we lost. That was bad. I didn't go.
Okay, I walked into the playoff matchup and I was like, oh my god,
I
these
was
guys are
saying-
dunking everywhere.
Yeah,
It was my fifth year, and as soon as I finished my semester, I was like, "Yo, fuck that! fuck them kids! I'm an adult, man. I'm going to university,
No,
dog."
it was
You
hoop
got
though.
this, Malcolm.
It was hoop dome. We played him hoop dome. Nick Wiggins. I'm like, I'm not fucking playing. Like, it was bad. It was bad. And we played. We got slapped.
Anyway, so Ja, we love him, but he's just been moving in some ways that we got to question, unfortunately.
He's trying to be Allen Iverson on the court and off the court. Like, he is trying to drum up all the controversy that comes with being a superstar, and I don't understand why.
And what I think he needs is Allen Iverson to show up and say, listen, I wasn't trying to be Allen Iverson. I was just Allen Iverson.
Yeah. He's doing
like,
way too much, man.
So he's gotten in trouble about a lot of things. There's a lot of headlines.
Yeah.
There's guns on a plane. Gun on a plane. Put a gun on a
kid.
teenager after he gave him mad punches. And the visual I get when they say he punched him like 12 times, I'm like, was he just filling
Allegedly.
this kid in?
Allegedly.
And then pulls out a gun and be like, I could shoot you on top of it.
He doesn't believe in legends.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Lifted his shirt. That's fine.
Yeah, and then allegedly the whole thing with the team, like
Pacers too.
Pacers and like
The laser.
They had the beam.
That was the game. He was like this. That was the game.
Massive like the beam.
The Instagram live happened after they had a team meeting, and he went out and still did that. I'm like, that's
team
reckless.
meeting about it.
About him being like his way of like acting, his conduct.
You gotta
man.
calm down the behavior.
Can we also remember though,
We're
just
fine in the
because
West.
it is alleged, I will say Indiana is Indiana. They burnt down Reggie Miller's house.
I might have the beam on me. I've been in the Bass Pro Shops in Indiana.
And it's Reggie Miller.
And if I could,
Yeah.
I went to a Bass Pro Shops on the border of Indiana and Kentucky.
Yeah. That's too crazy to say. So yeah, enough said.
That's deep south. That's deep south. You're really deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
While it's alleged.
Yeah. And also, I feel like Colorado thing. I'm like, that's a Denver Nuggets trying to clear the field, huh?
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
And now you care. Okay.
We win the West.
He said we're fine in the West too.
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
it started off as like, why is Ja trying to like tell us that he's hood
Yeah.
and he needs to stop?
It's like we see.
Then it just became like, yeah, I mean, even so, like I saw somebody put a bunch of pictures of Ja next to B Rabbit's verse against Papa Doc.
Yeah. That's
It was pretty close. You know what I mean? Yeah, he has mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
You know, he
Private
did go to
school.
a private school.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't care whether you are or you are the G. Like, you're that rich, you don't. You could literally hire people to do all of this, and then it's a non-story at that point in time. It's like, what are you talking about? I didn't do shit. My hand wasn't on any gun. I didn't take a video.
He wants to be the star.
But he wants to be, that's the brand he wants to give people.
But like you can't. I don't know.
Trapaholics, real trap shit.
It's weird, man. Like, you can still have goon culture without being a goon.
Without
You can
being
just
a
be
goon.
surrounded by goons.
Exactly.
That's just as good.
You can be cool nigga without shooting people or threatening to.
Facts.
I do it all the time.
Cheers to that. When Gilbert Arenas is giving you tips, you know you did something definitely wrong.
You know you did something wrong.
Gilbert's like, Gilbert literally said, he's like, you're gonna have to cut off your dreads. You're gonna have 3 years to rebrand yourself. And it's peak. It's peak.
And he was talking about his 50-game suspension for the guns, and he was like, it wasn't for the guns. It was like for some other shit that like David Stern was like kind of strong arming him. And I'm like, okay, that makes me feel better because I don't want this guy to lose 50 games. I don't think
That's crazy. The NBA.
So is that happening though?
Nah,
I don't think so. I think
it's a team suspension right now, or not even suspension. They just said he's away getting like healing.
I saw
Or
that.
Healing.
But it was just
I hate that
Shams
term.
saying
I
like
hate
the
that
But
term.
technically, it is healing. Like that's mental. That's a mental health crisis right there. That's somebody like having
That's
a really
an identity
internalized
crisis.
Yeah,
Maybe,
maybe
like,
internalized
yeah.
something going on that he
Yeah.
has to outwardly project. And
I
it's
need
like,
him to. Sorry, go ahead. I need him to come back. Sorry to cut you off. For my fantasy team.
Why?
For my fantasy team. I'm number one. I need him to come back to my fantasy team. I need him.
football. Yeah, I mean
Fantasy basketball. Yeah, I'm number one right now. So it's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking at every single day he's taking off. I'm like, yo, come back.
I lost to
Don't care.
Red too, so I understand.
2 weeks.
But
Does Ja come back this year?
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Before playoffs.
Yeah.
Does Adam Silver just say you need to just chill out for a second?
Chill out for a
because we
bit.
still need you revenue wise
Exactly.
in the next
Exactly.
quarter.
But you know what's crazy is like I think it was a few athletes have said like, yo, the NBA knows everything that goes on.
Right.
And you think about it, they're $1 billion industry. They're gonna be tapped in. They got PIs. They've got you know what I mean? So nothing you can do is going to be outside of what they can find out. So if you're Ja, if you're any other athlete, like why? Why risk it? You know what I mean? Like why risk these millions of dollars, potentially billions of dollars you could earn in additional revenue for what? To show that you're hard?
He's
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's
He's
like
23.
I get it. Like trust
Us
me,
grown
we
comic
all
folk
make
don't
stupid-
understand, I guess, though.
But it's not even just comic folk. It's just like when we were all that age, we all did stupid stuff. I'm not saying guns or whatever, but like at some point, it's probably I feel like it's the age of 25 when most guys kind of or 27, you kind of something hits and you start thinking differently. But I do agree with folks that were saying they need a vet on that team to like just.
Have they
show
had
these
one?
guys? Not
Steve
really.
Adams.
the oldest person is like 29 or something like that.
Yeah, Steven Adams is like.
My age.
Oh, that's right. That's why
damn.
they do that in the locker room.
Put that shit on.
I need to know what music they're listening to when they do it. They don't show you the
It's
music.
all NBA YoungBoy. Everything's NBA YoungBoy inspired. I already. These
Joe Budden made a joke. He's like, that's why I don't want to be around any NBA young boy. Like, that's a good one.
That's funny.
But yeah, I hear you. He definitely needs an OG on the team.
OG, man.
I don't know what. It's disappointing and hard to imagine, especially with me being a basketball player that has a young dad. I was about to say youngish and diss him. A young dad who grew up with you and is a heavy influence and is going to all your games. How is this even possible? But then I also go back to the clips that I saw from last summer. T. Morant is out there with the hoodie on and the glasses.
Exactly. He's out there
on the same shit. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know what their relationship really is like. I don't know how much mentorship we're getting.
It's probably like,
I don't know.
My dad kicked your ass. He's like, he's right here. Like, that's his
Exactly.
Like, I wasn't in a hypothetical. He's right here kicking your ass right now.
My dad got a 30 on him right now. His dad's on his Usher shit like.
Watch this.
It's got a family of blinkies. Everyone got one, yo.
Hilarious. Yo, he needs who does Shaq have? Shaq had his uncle in his life.
Yeah.
Young
uncle.
That was not Army.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I feel like he needs that, or just someone in his
Grizz
life.
gotta hire AI.
Yo, they gotta hire.
They gotta hire
you
AI.
need him for sure.
John Morant, I will take all of your criminal records. I will hold on to the blinky. I'm like, yeah, this is mine. I purchased it. I brought it on the team. Just give me my lawyer. Give me $50K. That's it. Exactly. This here, yeah.
Small ass gun.
I know it says John Morant on it, but it's mine.
Label maker.
Man, your Michael Jordan hoops has way too much wisdom on them. I don't know how you think they're gonna be like, yeah, this guy's not no shooter.
What are you talking about?
He's strategic. He's on the payroll.
John Morant's 3-point percentage is actually very low. So this is everything like this.
I hate to see them shoot a gun. He probably hit the whole block. Pop, 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 pop. Inconsistent.
Y'all saw how our guy Fred VanVleet got upset and is done with the officials. And I'm not about making it a basketball podcast, but this is really funny.
That's hilarious.
Really great.
You got the clip?
I got a clip. Adam Silver addressed.
Yeah, he did.
Adam Silver had to respond.
He had to.
He was going out of control.
He had to.
Here you go. This is what Adam Silver said. Let me
Fred
go back.
VanVleet will have 3. We do not condone this type of vocal outrage and profanity towards our beautiful referees. After spending the day discussing potential consequences, we have arrived to a conclusion. Fred VanVleet will have 3 options to choose from. He can get relegated to the Taiwan Basketball League to play with Dwight Howard. He can get sent to Guantanamo Bay to play ball with Sean Kemp, Ja Morant, and Joe Mixon. Or he could get publicly executed at half court of Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy, and don't mess with it.
Ridiculous.
Coco could attest to this.
That was real.
I wasn't even like in a silly mood. I started crying of laughter in the bed last night. Did you hear it? I was crying. Because I thought it was real. Until it got ridiculous.
You're like, wait.
He said beautiful. I was like, wait a minute.
Wait, how we just catch a
Beautiful referees.
We thought we had peak Twitter.
Yeah.
We got AI.
I saw
AI's fucked.
Joe Biden rapping Ice Spice.
Yes.
It sounded so real.
Joe Spice.
Joe made me search it.
Man.
Joe.
Oh, Joe Spice is
It's in my
crazy.
legs. Oh, Spice.
Yeah, it's
in my
in my
legs.
Funny at all. I think it's scary.
It is scary.
scary.
But like, hey.
Every kid in school is using ChatGPT.
Just listen to this verse, folks. They say that I'm good enough.
For sure.
Oh, is this here right now?
Well, this is like
Grabbing my da-da-da. Think about shit that I shouldn't. So I tell him it's one of me. He making fun of me. His girl is a bum to me. Like that boy is a cap saying he home, but I know where he at. Like Betty blowing her back. Think about me because he know that ass.
You know that ass? Oh, man. He's got the VP backing it up while he's rapping.
Honestly, this is my favorite use of AI. Fuck the art. It's this.
Yeah.
There's like some really funny accounts that I've seen that do like these fake Joe Rogan interviews with like Joe Rogan and like Ben Shapiro, and they're just talking about random ass fucking shit. And like Jordan Peterson's like, yeah, I got a doodle in my butt, and they're like, this is hilarious. I like this version of this.
Yeah. Let's stay in this lane.
Stay this late for sure.
Don't do anything crazy. Like,
I love watching people do. Me and my wife have done some Jordan Peterson impressions.
he's up here.
It's really high. It's men. It's really good men.
Values of the Marxists. They take away our freedom.
Bill Cosby.
I need a Jordan. No, there was a Jordan Peterson AI. I do remember there was. I forgot. But this is where comedy goes to another level online, and this is why you can't be Chris Rock and do mid.
Nah, bro.
Because the internet
will always win. Yeah,
100%.
Twitter, Instagram.
You can't be less funny than when I go on Twitter.
That's fact.
As a legend.
TikTok, fuck TikTok for ruining my profession. Fucking hate it, dog. Cheese me. Every fucking video is a comedian going like, look at me, I fucking destroyed this heckler. And it's like a video of like half-baked ideas.
Everything.
Damn.
And you're like, if you're a comedian, you have to be putting out content all the time. I'm like, I don't want to put out content. I want to build something.
So you're not doing the TikTok?
No.
Sometimes.
Did Andrew Schultz started that? I wonder if Andrew Schultz started that little wave. Andrew Schultz, if he started.
He's big with that stuff. But he does a lot of like he's just talking to the audience, and that's just riffing. Right. I'm like those clips are like when you're riffing with somebody, that's cool. But when it's like half-baked ideas, like clearly that wasn't a bit that you're gonna take anywhere else. Right. Like you did that in St. Louis because that's the only place it's gonna work.
Exactly.
You know. But damn, everyone's attention just goes straight to TikTok, and I'm like, come out to a live show. Come out to a come on. I'm not on TikTok. I'm in live. Come see me there. Yo.
How is that experience now with, like you said, with TikTok? Are you seeing that there's less people going out to live shows, or is it still like the same amount?
It's still around the same amount. I've just seen the comedians are just bringing their cameras to every show now. They're recording everything.
And their highlights.
Which is, honestly, it's good for just to look at later on. I record like audio. I don't record video of every
You've
set.
been in the game for some years now. Huh?
Almost a decade.
Wow.
Shut up.
Wow.
I still feel like it's yesterday that I'm still like, why? He played soccer though. Basketball. It's crazy.
How we doing that? Yeah.
That's crazy. A decade.
Almost. I think like my first show ever was like 2014 or 2013, but I took like 8 months off and then started again after that.
Wow.
But
yeah. I remember seeing you at Yuck Yucks at like a Nubian night.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite nights.
Oh man, those are good. Yeah, such a good crowd.
You feel so good after that show. You're like, I feel like taking over the world right
now.
Yeah,
you killed it. You had a joke. I won't say the joke because I don't know if you still use it, but like I just remember like the line from that, and my wife and I still laugh at that to this day, man. It was really relatable about like grocery shopping or whatever. But like,
was it a Food Basics?
Food Basics. Yeah, I can bring that back. But it was just like it was hilarious, man. I was just like, damn, like. Yo, I love seeing that, and like, there's nothing like live stand up to me though, man. Like, it's different. Like watching stuff online, like cool, but I don't know how many takes you took to get to that line to make it live, you know. But when you're live and it lands,
there's so many reasons to go to a stand up show, and this is not an ad at all.
No, it's not.
I'm just saying in general, but like cheap alcohol, cheap bar eats, and the laughs.
And if you're on a date,
priceless.
I never did that.
You laugh. This person gets laughed up. You didn't say anything. You just gotta just sit there, and then now you can talk about what you saw.
It's perfect.
I always wonder though when you see that like couple that gets picked out, and you're like, they get picked out as like the first. This is a first date couple. I can't imagine that feeling. Like it's my first date and I'm like front and center and this guy's picking us apart and he's analyzing the fuck out of us. And he might be right about a lot of
that's my fear. That's a fear. That's a fear.
Shut up. Stop talking. You're blowing up my whole situation.
Like, Will Smith slapped him, but you're not gonna slap him. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Speaking of relationships, I want to go there because it's always fun.
Let's go.
This girl put her boyfriend on a performance plan, a performance improvement plan. Similar to like when you're not doing your thing at work.
Yeah.
Sometimes before they fire you, as they should let you know you're not doing so well.
Right.
After they let you know you're not doing so well and you're still just not doing so well,
that's on you.
They impose a performance plan to say they've done everything that they've done, exhausted all options before they had to let you go. Mm-hmm. This is what this girlfriend is doing to her man. Now, before I even let her tell her side of the situation, because I haven't read or listened to this clip, if your girl puts you on a performance plan, what is that dialogue like? What's the conversation like? Are you offended? Are you already over it? Like,
if it's Rihanna, I'll just do it.
I think that's a comment. I think everybody in this room, including my wife, agrees. Yes.
I would do whatever she said.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? I feel like this happens and we don't even know. Man, I feel like this just happens. We're just on it. We don't know that we're on it. It just happens.
I've seen some of my married friends. I'm like, I'm like, they have that, like, I gotta ask my wife if I can come out. I'm like, that's interesting.
But is it
Really?
about like something silly? Like when they.
No, it's just like if we can go out that night. It's like, let me just ask her first. Because like, I understand checking in. Checking in is like 100%. You gotta do that.
You gotta check in.
But permission. I'm like,
permission.
That was my life.
So the thing is, sometimes it might not be always permission as it is so much as communication.
Exactly.
No, it's permission with him.
Okay.
He moved to a whole
I've been
different
there.
city. He's in.
I've been there.
If I would say we're gonna go to the bar and have a couple drinks, just me and you tonight, it wouldn't be permission. I would have to say, hey babe, just me and I are gonna go out tonight.
Perfect.
So, you know,
Yeah.
need a little heads up.
Yeah.
We do anything tonight? Let us know. If not, okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
See, that's
Her
perfect.
mind pushes you out the door. Too,
She's like, get out.
Leave.
Just
I have
go.
to leave.
That nigga leave.
Just dwindling away.
Brandon, how do you feel about the performance?
Oh, I've been put on one of those before. Absolutely.
Wait, did you know?
Oh no, it was put in the notes app for sure. It's like you need to improve in this area, this area, this area. I'm like, I'm not improving.
Was this a
Notes?
teacher?
It was a notes?
No, we were both teachers, yes. But it's like, hey, like we
Needs
need to
improvement.
Needs
Come
improvement.
and see me.
No, more about that. You got a report card?
You got a report card. You got a report card.
No.
Is it structured like a report card?
Not at all. It was literally just a few different points. Like, okay, you should be
That
sounds
written
like
down.
a-
It's like,
that's
let's
a
do this.
report.
You need to be better in this way. And then in my mind, like, I'm not gonna do this. But you know, I'll try my best to adhere to it. But it's more so like a check in.
That is crazy.
Burning weed on top of it.
It was on the notes app, but it was modified.
That is crazy. Wait,
Yeah.
you modified it?
Nah, well, I was like, I think I did this. I put a check mark beside the stuff I
Did
did.
you have a say by what things that you push back on certain things, or was it like an absolute ultimate?
It was one of those things where the person was so, stubborn and selfish that it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if I did. I'm like, hey, I did this. I'm like, well, you didn't do it enough. And like, this person would never be happy in the first place, right? So, hey, listen, I've been through that and I understand. That's a telltale sign for me that the relationship is over. Well, as soon as you're put on a performance plan, or you have to ask permission to go out, so on and so forth. Like, I at one point I had to give, I kind of noticed, like, hey, 2 days ahead, like, hey, I'm gonna be going on this day, so do this, that. I'm like, that's not how you're supposed to live life at all.
At that
You can't
point,
live life at all.
time, just go
What's
to
the point?
couples therapy and just like I think that's
Or
the way
just-
you could talk about those type of things and
yeah.
of like
Yeah.
I don't know, boundaries and whatnot and
Just break up.
But getting a report
or you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Your take is to break
We're
up.
done.
All right, well let's hear
Very simple.
let's hear what Shorty. I'm surprised that this didn't say Shorty with a D on the on the clip, but here we go. Let's see which. She's from San Francisco, so she's not a short.
Oh, she's a tech person. That's tech people like that, man.
Oh, yeah.
They're-
Oh, was that?
Silicon Valley.
Dave, give us some more. Yeah. I was just trying to make sure it was out of frame.
Silicon Valley.
Oh, Silicon Valley.
Guys, how I pipped my boyfriend in real life. For those of you not in tech, PIP stands for performance.
Wow,
I heard him.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
She's literally a tech thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Anyways.
they're weird. They're weird.
She's like, I learned this at work. It works.
It's
Tech people are
improvement plan,
robots,
and
man.
it's what you get put on when they're about to fire you. So my boyfriend and I were having a lot of issues in the beginning, like a lot. And ultimately, I felt like we weren't compatible.
Yeah, word. Let's talk there. Let's start there. Because I think there needs to be a PSA about like when there are issues, and I'm gonna say the beginning as
That's it.
defined
Break up.
the first 3 months. First 3 months. So if you're having yelling arguments, people are crying,
Yeah.
you're running out, you're walking out of rooms.
Yeah.
If your honeymoon phase is a disaster,
Yeah.
Then
There's no honeymoon.
Exactly.
There's no
You
honeymoon.
have a honeymoon phase? Get out of there.
That's it. That's
Absolutely.
it. That's
I
it.
feel like that's how our parents dated. Like I feel like that's what they were like. Well, you're the only person I know.
But maybe Nadine knows more than us. Let's hear.
Oh, that's
Well, even though we had a lot of love for each other. So as a last straw, we decided to do like a performance improvement plan. And before you come at me, I know it's kind of harsh to some of you, but he's an engineer and sometimes it's really hard to communicate with him without using something.
So they're both
They're on the spectrum.
On the spectrum and don't have
Yeah.
those. Yeah. Okay.
So works for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That he can already relate to. Plus, he kind of liked it. So we had a shared note with daily
He liked it on the spectrum.
Wait, shared note?
Shared note. Here we go.
weekly tasks he needed to do and a set of things that he needed to work on. And it worked out really well. Like even now, for our household chores, things that he's responsible for, we use a Kanban board. That has been the only thing that has stuck and works. Like anything I need done, I just add it onto the Kanban board and he'll get it done. But if I just tell him, he'll forget about it.
I like
That
that.
is. I like that. That's structure. That's structure.
Put it on the board for me.
Yeah.
I think it seems like what she's talking about was mostly task oriented, and he just needed lists, and so now they worked that out, and now that fixed every problem with their relationship.
So it sounds like a lot of the household items have been.
That's easy.
Yeah.
See, that makes sense.
But
it's like you gotta show more affection. Fuck no, that's not happening. Unfortunately, but with that,
Just going through your list, you're like, oh shit, affection. Fuck. All right, I did that. What else?
Right. Yeah, with those tasks,
Going through his list.
To-do list.
Yeah. Oh,
when you say
Hold on, let's go back.
in education, we say on the spectrum that's for people that are special needs and such.
We're all on the spectrum. I'm going to be quite honest.
Yeah,
we all are.
That's why it's a spectrum.
Oh, we're screwed.
Yeah.
There are certain things that, like, I'm not going to say I'm autistic because I'm not.
Right.
But there are certain things that I can say is, like, you can see why there's a spectrum. Like, there's certain
Yeah, I'm definitely on the spectrum then.
different people have different communication techniques and abilities,
and how people communicate, how people receive information, how they regurgitate the information, etc.
No, I was just gonna say, like, because we're all brought up the same way. Like, we go to school, we're all taught the same way, so we're all expected to be the same way, which is just not true at all. So that's what the spectrum is. We're all different. It's a spectrum because we're all different. It's a full spectrum. And every single day, I think we learn that, oh wait, that person is not like me.
Yeah.
Every single person you meet is like, that person's not like me.
Yeah.
You know what I feel people need is like, my workplace does this a lot. Like, you go through different leadership programs and like you understand your leadership style, you understand your learning style, your behavior style. You know what I mean? I feel like we need that as individuals in society, whether it's through school or you just take not a personality quiz, but maybe it's that simple. But like just taking some sort of quiz or some sort of baseline of how you learn, how you communicate, how do those around you. Yeah, you got to understand yourself and then understand those around you to meet their needs. Like, I can't communicate to you, Shaq, the same way I'm going to communicate to Brandon. Like, it's different. You know what I mean?
Definitely different.
We have to understand that. But I just feel like we need that as individuals, and I feel like they've probably found that. I don't know if a PIP is the right name for it, or like the. But like,
I don't even like the acronym.
Yeah,
I hate that.
And one thing I also don't like, I don't like why putting it out there
to the world.
Like, I understand.
Maybe because it works so well.
You want other people to kind of do it?
That's what she's saying.
I guess I'm very
best
cynical.
practice.
I think it's a way to just be like, I don't know, attention
I
on.
want to see him saying it worked well.
Yeah.
Once they're broken up,
It's like, I want the Al Qaeda video with him.
She's treating me good. I love this list. Link it in Morse code.
Sunrise review version of that.
wow.
help me.
Getting
But-
a cue card.
Yeah.
I am happy.
Exactly.
Love of my life. He's got something written on his eye.
Nah, I want to put you guys on though.
Help me.
There's something called a VOC inventory made by psychologists, where you can actually learn to see if you're a visual learner, kinesthetic, or auditory. So to what Patrick was saying, that's definitely something you definitely do. I give that to my students all the time. That's why I say it. All right, back to the
Thank you, Jamal.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Let's go back to. Sorry, go.
Oh, I was gonna say my learning style, because like I realized this through high school. I'm like, I am like the smartest dumb person or the dumbest smart person. Like, I'm in that one area where like I can't properly like retain things as I'm reading them. It takes me a long time to go over it. But a lot of times people are like, oh no, you're smart. I'm like, no, I just appear to be, but I just don't have the ability to just kind of sit there and kind of like take in information and then just regurgitate it immediately. Like, I need to be like actively engaging in things. Like, now I will watch videos on YouTube of just like random different things on philosophy or just like economics or whatever. Like, I'll just like watch it because I'm like, oh, when you got little pictures with everything, I'm like, I'm interested now. And I'm learning. But in school, it didn't help me.
I thought I learned very early that regurgitation was all what school really required of me. So I was just like, memorize. Then I got to university and I'm like, I don't really care to learn all this stuff. And I was just like, at that point I was like looking for, that's when I started to discover things I was interested in. And my learning kind of changed. But like, it's crazy how your K to 12 teaches you like
just one
way you want to do it.
I thought I hated essays.
No, it's different.
But once I learned editorials, I was like, oh, I love this one. I love talking like this, because now I write articles for like CBC and shit. I'm like, I like writing this shit. Like, this is the way I like talking
That's
about
why.
like about certain things or something I'm passionate about and expressing myself that way, as opposed to that like triangle, block, triangle. And like, this thesis and this essay, I want to I can't do that.
We were lucky, right? The kids now just use ChatGPT for everything. That's why it's
Is
fucked
that
up.
really a problem?
It is, man. There's no such thing.
Can you not detect it?
In my class, we make videos and animation and shit. I don't have to deal with it, but English teachers are like complaining about it all the time because the kids are literally using ChatGPT for everything. Like, sir, yo, don't tell that teacher. Don't tell. I'm like, they're fucking up everything, man. It's really scary what's happening now.
This is crazy.
It's really scary.
I asked it to finish this. I put a full sketch in there, like it just needed an ending. And I'm like, let me just see what happens. Wow. And I put it in, and then it was kind of weird, but I was like, oh shit, I didn't think about that. That's I did say that earlier in the sketch. You put it back. I'm like, oh fuck. That's not bad at all. I'm gonna erase this, but I'm gonna use literally what you said.
You know, my ChatGPT was in university. In year 1, I did an essay about globalization in the media.
That's what we all did.
And those two things were things that I could use for the next 8 years of my schooling. So I did it for not 8 years. I didn't go to school that long. Maybe 5 years. But like for the next few years, I took one essay, and I won't lie, I literally submitted the exact same essay like 4 times and got an A every single time.
You get a B. Hey, wait a minute. I know this gets an A.
Including, right? This is
I don't do that.
when you know you got a hit.
I mean, you're not wrong.
All the playlists.
You're not wrong.
My shit went diamond.
Platinum.
My shit went diamond. I did that shit for my master's degree. My shit went diamond.
This is your thesis.
It should have been your thesis.
Yo,
Yeah.
producers do this all the time. They take the same beat structure and just apply it for like 5-6 songs in a row.
I said globalization type beats.
DJ Snake.
Shaq used to be that student that answered every question in class, though. I'm like, this guy's probably smart.
Because
Imagine
I
you
really
just
thought he
imagine
was
you
so
just
smart.
say
Yeah,
that
anything
shit.
I wanted to,
Yeah.
I would be like, ask all the questions, give all the answers, and then when Thursday came, I was a fucking give me the liquor.
Epic.
I want to go back to dating a little bit, a lot of it.
A lot of it. All right.
I want to talk about red flags. Woo! On the men's side.
Albania, that's a red flag.
Trinidad's a red flag.
Trinidad red flag.
You guys are really good with that because it
Turkey.
loses my train. You're really good at it. Losing my train of thought. I said, what I said? There's Jason. Somebody's in this. You're like, born. So this guy, he says that a man who doesn't post his woman on social media when he is active on social media, that is a red flag. Agree or no?
The silence.
Hey, I haven't participated in this.
Telling?
Yeah. Listen, I'm so glad for the pandemic. I didn't have to put the girl on anything. But yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
I don't post a lot of my own self on my main thing, but in my stories, I always post in that tag.
Yes, I'm the same way.
If that makes
Yeah, the same way.
That counts.
That counts?
Social media.
No,
Social media.
Okay.
Social
media. Yeah.
I'm like, and on Twitter, tagging up on Twitter too as well,
Yeah.
same ways. But it, like just not main because I don't know, we haven't had like that thing where I'm just like, oh, we're at this like weekend. Like I feel like that's what. Not to shit on a lot of people I grew up with, but I feel like that's all they do. Yeah. They always post like me and the wifey, Red Lobster, and it's just like okay,
we're gonna go down there. Like why have to be Red Lobster?
Tony Romo's. We get some ribs. And, like I feel like that's all their posts. I'm like all my posts on my main are like either talking about something I'm working on, a project, or like I don't know, some type of reel or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's not too personal. I don't always want to be too personal on that. So that's why I kind of pull back on that. But the stories, I'm like, yeah, follow me around wherever I'm going and what I'm doing and who I'm with.
That's fair.
Other quiet people?
I'm thinking. I'm just
He's like ChatGPT.
That's it. I'm like, I'm married. I'm good. I'm
No. I definitely think you should post your girl there at some point, of course, especially when you're active. But don't fake it. Yeah, I think I definitely was forced or told like, hey, you should put me on this thing. It was a big deal at one point. I'm like, I just want to show myself.
Damn, nigga.
You know, that's when you know. That's when you know it's when
It was on his pip.
It was Snapchat. It's only different 24 hours, or it's on a story. And it's like, when you tag, it's fine. Yo, killing me with this. Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt. Definitely a touchy subject, man. I felt that.
Would you feel some type of way if she didn't post you?
No, I wouldn't care. To be honest, I wouldn't really care too much. But if it's really, really serious, and of course, again, that point, then yes, you should be posting your girl. I think it's at that point you should be posting. I saved myself.
The worst part is, if you haven't done it, you could it's not to say that you're not going to do it ever. So going back to like one of our previous episodes where we're talking about like keeping the magic alive, or you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I got a roll out of my head. I didn't tell you about it yet, okay?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, I think you should post me. It's like,
now
Like,
all right,
you just like
Forced rollout.
yeah, you're forcing it. Like what?
Right,
Nobody likes a forced rollout.
That's the worst.
And I feel like we've all maybe had a forced rollout that came out too soon.
Yeah, a little bit too soon.
Yeah.
No! Do not fix your lips to beg somebody to post you. No!
Thank you.
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
Also, what the problem is that social media is so new to us. Like, we existed before it, and by existed, we were dating before it. And then it became a thing. So now we're also just like, well, what the fuck are we gonna do? Then when your girl's mad, your girl's mad that you didn't post her, you're like, maybe she know better than I do. And then you end up doing it. Me and wifey at Red Lobster.
Take it down.
And now you a dummy that had your shit archived or deleted. I hope you deleted that shit because it should not be archived.
Yes, I need to go back into my phone.
Ladies, check your man's archive. Check his archive.
Oh, now you snitching. You out there snitching.
Stop.
You out there
You are
snitching.
doing that.
They're checking archives.
Check.
Me?
No, I'm saying.
I don't even check phones.
I know.
No.
But I know women. I have a lot of female friends. They're checking archives. Women are detectives. Forget about it. You go to the potty, you better hope it's a quick piss, okay? You better make sure she never looked over your shoulder.
Take that phone with you,
Because
bro.
I heard crazy stories.
Oh, I had an ex where I pull up to her crib after an event, and she's like, "Why'd you like that bitch page?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?
Whoa.
Why are you following her?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, she found out that I followed somebody that I went to an event.
I just deleted the
Not
archives.
me, by the way.
Not her. Dark days.
I did
BC.
BC. So this was about 2019 BC. We didn't even play the clip. Here's what this man says. So let's let him explain why it's a red flag, and let's see if you all agree.
Having a woman but not posting her is a major red flag. And I don't want to hear you keep your personal life private. You just don't want other women to know you're in a relationship so you can keep your options open, which is why you're hearting their half-naked pics and in their DMs. A committed man in a relationship that's actively posting on social media will willingly post his woman because he's proud to have her and he's proud to flaunt her. He wants the world to know that's his woman.
It does sound a little bit like a panda bear.
Yeah, it's a panda
He's
bear.
giving Mr. Studio Girl.
Yeah.
He's a DM after that.
Yeah. He's speaking to a specific one.
Definitely. It's always a man with a beanie.
I'll post the fuck out of you.
Like, you in my world, you be all over my
You be my
I'm like a collage.
Always a man in a beanie ruining lives.
Honestly, let's give him a comment, yo.
That nigga's a fuckboy. Comment's a big ass fuckboy.
Brand is strong. I used to love comment too.
Same here, man. You get older, you're like, wait a minute. He was in these streets. He was in these streets. That's
Like Tiffany Haddish, goddamn. That's crazy.
Yeah. There was a line where he's like, you be on that conscious tip, get your head right and get up on this conscious tip. I'm like,
This guy
he's
is
a
a
guru.
It just sounds nicer.
But also, I think even if you post your woman, I feel like a lot of times the women who want you, that doesn't stop them. That makes them actually want to kind of come at you a little bit more. I don't know. I've noticed some people try to be like, "Oh, that's your girl."
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean,
what?
that happened to me in the past. Like in past relationships, like I would post my girl and then like get side messages like, "Oh, that's your girl. Like that's who you're with. Like, wow, she ate this or whatever." I'm like, "Whoa."
Yeah, that's exactly what I got. 100%. You post them, you're gonna come out, and then I broke up a week later, and I'm like, "Oh, damn." They're like, "Oh, were you not with the girl just now?" And then I'm like, "We're done."
No, I broke up real quick. You want to get well?
Exactly. Everything's done.
And then now they don't want you. That's crazy.
That's a real life story for me.
It's real life.
So they're out there like predatory, like it's Temptation Island.
100%, bro.
Y'all ever watch that show?
Nah, yeah,
No.
man.
I'm watching it right now. It's crazy. The premise is dumb. if you're in a real relationship, you definitely are not going on this show, which is probably why the people in the first 2 seasons so far appear quite questionable.
Unless they're like poly or something like that.
They're not.
They're not. They're just like
they're not down for a good time. They're in love with their person. And so imagine you and your girl, you both decide to go on this show. You guys end up splitting up, and you're on this side of the villa, and you're on this side of the villa. So all the guys that are in relationships are on this side of the villa. All the girls that are in relationships are on this side of the villa.
Okay.
Now they also have a pool of sexy singles that are looking for love.
It's on.
So now you gotta. They introduce you, and then you choose who you want to go on a date with, and in front of everybody, you're like, I'm gonna go on a date with this person, and you grab them by a hand in front of your girl.
Oh shit, that's messy.
That's how it starts.
That's messy.
It gets worse.
Messy.
It gets way worse. So now that you're dating this person-ish, you're just getting to know them. You're getting fucked up at night. You're partying. You're going on a date, whatever. And you're doing whatever you want, right? Because you're not going to be with your girl. You're not going to see her. You have no contact. But Mark J. Wahlberg, who is not Mark Wahlberg, he's like Michael B. Jordan.
What? What is that?
He had to end the J.
Hey, he's like, yeah. He's not at all.
There's another Mark
You gotta use
Wahlberg.
his full name, Marcus.
Marcus Wahlberg. He will call a bonfire, and these bonfires for the group of people in committed relationships, it's just all the girls or all the men at the same women or men at the same time, separately. They'll all go through a clip out of context that they will show you of your partner. So what they're doing. So
There's always alcohol.
there's always alcohol every fucking.
This sounds like a great time.
Yeah,
That sounds like yeah.
complete
Chaos.
destruction.
Hey man, you want to fuck up this relationship?
Yeah, literally.
Let's blow up on TV.
So I'll give you one example.
Yeah.
This couple, the dude that cheated in the past, she has her questions about how he's gonna act on like when he's on this experiment or whatever you want to call it, and so she meets this dude who's super buff and super attractive, and he's super suave about it. Tears that shit down on night 1. And like not only tears that shit down on night 1, he's in the confessional with her like laid out, hair all out next to him, and just like, I'm the captain now.
Jeez.
And he's literally saying all this shit. Like that's a direct quote. There's more.
That's incel with sex.
Yeah.
So homeboy, the actual boyfriend, gets shown a clip of them basically fucking.
Destroyed.
Not basically.
Oh, no, not basically.
They were fucking.
Really fucking.
And you saw the clip.
Wait. Bacchus,
it's over.
That's over. It's done. I'm trying.
If I see a clip and I hear the cheeks clapping,
I'm destroyed. That happens. Oh my gosh.
I'm violent.
Yo.
It is now. What was that movie where all the kids in the island and they go crazy?
Lord of the
Lord of the
Flies.
Flies.
I am the Lord of the Flies.
It's my island now.
John Morant.
That's a charm,
So
man.
this is the show that I'm watching now.
I want to watch it.
You didn't describe it like that.
Yeah, I gotta watch this.
I want to watch that show for sure.
I like the fucked up trashy ones. Those are
That's where I'm at now.
Exactly.
That's what the pandemic did to me. I never
that's-
watched any of this shit.
me,
Trash TV.
Me and my ex binge Too Hot to Handle.
Yes, me too.
I
Me
like
too.
that
But
one.
did you
Me
watch
too.
the end game of those?
Whoa, which ones? Oh, the relationship
Perfect
afterwards?
match.
Oh no,
That's the end game.
They blend them all
How
together.
do you know? Shaq knows everything. What?
Too Hot to Handle. Love is Blind. The Mole. All of these people come together
In the same
versus thing
on an island to fuck. This shit is great. It is great horrible TV.
This guy is
And a
sick.
Toronto man is there representing us all.
Really?
Is he? How's he doing?
Yeah, he's in there.
He did pretty well.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's in there like
Is he
swimwear.
black?
Yeah.
Is he a fuckboy? He's a fuckboy.
He's a little bit. Wait, I didn't get there. Hold on.
That's my job to spoil shit.
I didn't think anybody watched it. I'm so sorry. Not even my vibe at all. You're a liar. That is not my vibe at all. I'm so sorry, Patrick.
Oh,
It's
man.
gonna be really fun to watch.
No, you should.
Okay,
still
okay.
keep
I'm
going.
gonna keep going. I'm gonna
so
keep
sorry
going.
about
I'm gonna
that.
keep going.
I'm just saying this trashy shit is crazy, and I had to tell you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god,
That's way better than Too Hot to Handle. Way better than Too Hot to Handle. My heart is racing.
Too Hot to Handle is great because it's great, but there's like sex, but not really. But these guys been fucking.
They been
in the
fucking
show.
on there.
They were fucking the first season because they didn't really know what was
The
going
last
on.
one they
The
didn't
last
care.
one they didn't care.
They didn't care, eh?
They're just
It's
like,
always either one.
They didn't care about the money. They were like, wait, is that the money one?
Because you can make more money by fucking.
Yeah.
You fucking.
Yeah, you
You
actually
get
do it.
now the appearances, your Twitter. I
Oh, you
love
better.
checking at the end of a show who has the biggest Instagram following.
always the ones that's
So, like,
fucking-
that's the winner. The person who got the money.
Francesca's balling right now.
Francesca's a fucking demon.
She's from Vancouver.
Ugh.
She's a demon.
She's from Ottawa, lived in Vancouver.
Oh god, it's you.
now
Yo,
it's in
Shaq
LA.
knows
Ontario.
everything.
I am
Yeah.
up on this,
Yeah.
this universe. You think I only know Marvel and DC? I know dating
Oh, you know,
shows.
dating show. I got,
The next
I got
sleeve is
thrust.
gonna be
I was always one of those.
Code from 200. Little robot
Yeah,
code.
we got Alana right here.
Lana.
Circle thing right here.
The accountant.
Nick
So
O'Shea.
funny.
I just gotta come on real quick and say that Shaquille, he goes way back, Jersey Shore.
You remember I used to do that? That was my pre-drink.
That was the pre-drink.
Yeah, pre-drink, yeah. T-shirt time? You know what t-shirt? T-shirt time. You already know.
Before the Uber was outside, the cabs are here.
The cabs.
Cabs are here.
That is
That was the
jeez.
ish, bro. Come on now.
What you know about grenades?
Jeez.
Nothing actually.
You hope nothing.
Yo.
Okay, I've got one more thing. One more thing, and we can call this a show.
Let's get it.
Because this came from somebody I did not expect to hear from. Not even just who, but what type of person. This came from a rapper. This rapper says that he took his girl back after she cheated on him.
Okay.
This rapper is a Blood. This Blood's the most famous Blood. It's YG.
I knew it.
Wow.
That's the most famous one?
I was gonna say Lil Wayne.
You want to say Lil Wayne too?
Yeah, Lil Wayne.
He's not practicing. You know, he's
He's not practicing.
My father's son.
Pass it on.
He's a blood
Non-practicing. A doctor.
Also, somebody like drink and they eat pork and shit. Like that's who Lil Wayne is. To Blood. So this practicing Blood says that
Judge, she cheated.
Either YG or the game.
Game's gonna get it.
That's wow. Hey now. Wow. All right.
Toxic,
bro.
You gotta talk it up.
Yeah.
30 times.
What's the craziest thing that you've done out of love?
The crazy thing I done out of love.
Oh, that's all it was.
With a bitch that she cheated.
Yeah, I knew he was going to give us more than that.
I mean, whatever.
Wow, that's all I expect from YG. I thought there was going to be some insight. That's why I was crazy about it.
The title is longer than
what he said. Yeah. Yeah. Wait,
I don't know why he didn't ask to elaborate. He just said crazy. That's
it?
crazy.
There wasn't more. There's
I would
no
have pressed him.
There's no
well,
more like.
it's cut, so you never know what the hell happened.
Yeah. It's not a carousel post. That's it.
That's all we got.
All right. Well, hey. You know, moral of the story is you can always go back after you cheat.
Very soft.
Or maybe once again, I want to throw it out there.
If you're on the pit,
people be polyamorous now, man.
Yeah, listen,
Monogamy's on the way out.
Ethnically non-monogamous is the new term. Ethically non-monogamous. ENM. Ethically.
You mean unethically?
Isn't that Vin Diesel?
No, ethically
I'm
non-monogamous.
saying not ethnically.
Yeah, I'm like ethnically monogamous.
Yes.
I only fuck these.
You are right. English is hard.
What?
Yes.
I fuck these black girls.
Ethically.
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
Ethically non-monogamous. My fault. Yeah. Great take. Man called it Chris's
You
rock.
said the same.
No, I said
You're
ethically.
talking about me with Chris's rock. No. Then he wants to get at me for Chris's rock.
Yeah,
in the back pocket.
Chris's
It got
rock.
me. He wrote Chris's rock.
Why did you write Chris's rock?
Bro, you know I can't spell, man. Leave me alone, man.
You got your contacts in today?
Yeah, but whatever. It's long day, man. Leave me alone. Whatever. We're on him right
Yeah,
now.
you're gonna catch the work. You're getting viewed right now. Yeah, stop.
That all we got, thankfully.
that's it.
I hope so.
That's it, man. That's it, man.
Alan, do you have I know that the casting's up. By the time this comes out on Monday, that's already gone for the latest season of the Great Canadian Baking Show. But
where can people find it?
Yeah, you can watch it on Netflix or CBC Gem.
Netflix.
Yeah.
If your shit works still.
Yeah, just check it out on there and follow me on socials.
I do have a question before we go about that. What was the casting process like that? Did it be like, yo, do you like to eat? You like sweets? Describe this shit for me.
I had to do that. I had to describe what does it taste like, and I was like,
What did you try?
I can't remember. There was like a practice kitchen, and the person who's the host right now wasn't the original.
Okay.
I had somebody else,
Gotcha.
we did like a chemistry test, and it was I thought I fucked it up. I thought I was like, man, I fucking suck. I didn't really read anything. I just was like, kind of just letting my energy just figure it out for itself. And then I, talking to people, interviewing people who were like baking things, and like, what does this taste like? You know, and then you have to like kind of like. Good mouthfeel, good, really sweet, really good. It reminds me of whatever. Like I would always do like, it reminds me of like when I was like 6 years old doing like what? And that was like part of it.
That's good.
And I didn't hear shit from them for months. And I was like, I didn't get that. No,
months is hard.
Damn,
that's hard.
And then mid-pandemic got a call and I was like, whoa, we back up. We're back up.
That's amazing.
Oh.
What was your favorite thing that you ate on that show?
I still remember this first season. It was there's a lot of different things, but one of them because I never thought about these flavor combinations. This is like BC apparently recipe of like blueberries and corn in a pie tart or something like that. And it was so fucking good. I was like, wait, I didn't think these two knew each other like that. And they were making like sweet love on my tongue. It was
IKEA colors.
It was probably because it was like blueberries and lots of butter. I can imagine going with the corn.
I think
That would make sense. Like, with some butter,
almost like a cornmeal and like.
I don't want to believe it, but.
Yeah, and then I remember they cut and I went back to it. I was like, let me just eat more of this. Let me take one to the trailer.
I watch those shows, so it's like I watch Drink Masters is the one I watch, and I'm like, I would drink the fuck out of everything, and I don't care how smashed I get, but I'm gonna drink it all.
This is real good, man.
Give me another.
Get off me, dog.
So I watched the drink one, so for sure I'm gonna do that, but I also understand what the professionalism does to what you're gonna actually be outputting. But the food, I gotta eat all of it. I don't care if I'm gonna try it. I gotta go back to it.
Yeah. I'm surprised the judges can do what they do and eat lunch because I'm like, you're trying especially at the beginning. That's 10 different bakers.
And are they eating like a substantial amount? Because we see like one.
They're getting like at least 2 full bites and they're tasting, and maybe like if the cream is on the top, they'll like take that up and like like individually inspect that.
Yeah.
But like me and Ann. Like the first season we didn't eat a lot because of COVID. We didn't know like what COVID was.
Right.
But then like the last 2 seasons, we just
I ain't eating you shit because they might have COVID.
It's COVID in that.
You do like coffee voice.
The cookies are COVID. That's COVID cookies. I don't want that. It tastes good to the butter. Butter. I don't want it. Fuck that. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But later on we were just like filling up like our boxes and we got like sick. We're like, I had too much sugar today. I had too much sugar in my body. I had 20 cookies. What the fuck was that about? Yeah.
No, that's amazing.
That's wicked.
That sounds as dreamy of a gig as it must be.
Yeah, and it's a cool set. Like everyone's really dope. Like the makeup people are dope. Like the people we chill with, the bakers are like really nice. So I'm very lucky to be part of that. So really happy about it.
Nice.
Well, we're looking forward to the new season. You're gonna shoot that, I'm assuming, this summer.
Yep, coming up this summer. So then it should come out around like fall.
Where are you shooting?
Sick.
Same place, right near Drake's house.
Hey.
Drake lives down there. We live in that like big the Toronto Film Center, like right there.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
Just waft the smells over.
Yeah.
I've driven by his house. There's always a guard with like looking like he's packing something at the door.
It's not open. It's not open. At all. But
I want to cross up Drake. Let me in. Let me in.
No, that's amazing. We'll definitely look out for that. But like, appreciate you joining us and welcome to Pod again in real life.
Pause.
Shout out to Brandon's finest over there.
Respect.
Thank you for coming by.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Really appreciate it.
Is that, you guys are Peel.
Is that Peel too?
No, I'm your
No.
Oh, he's right, man. You're right, man. Yeah. There we go.
Is that a jingle I should know? Should I know that jingle? The city of us. The city of us.
That was their thing.
It was like on the radio.
That's hilarious.
I don't know what it was. What was it advertising?
Must have
Wait a minute. What the fuck?
Canada's Wonderland? I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Brampton's finest.
Appreciate it, man. Always great coming on. Then.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey. You already know where to find me already, so it's all good. Appreciate y'all, man. This is fun.
Shop like Shaq. You waste you.
Yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks, man. I really hope that we get a couple of these guests that we're hoping to get you guys.
Not with the hype.
You know what it is? I'm used to saying like a little sponsorship thing at the end. I don't want it. I like when we don't want to fuck this part, I'm done.
I was just saying it could be sponsored by True North Bet. Well, it's True North Bet. Of course, I'm joking.
You with the drill bits kill me.